Hey, heroes. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot my scented candle, heroes. It's not a midnight grind without some comfy.
Hello, heroes. You're up late. Welcome in. Welcome to the Glade. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Omega High. Welcome to Midnight Grind, everybody. You woke up early and Kitten decided we got a... Dante, you got a kitten? Oh, I want to hear all about them. I didn't know that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very special stream series, Midnight Grind. As a part of the Fix It Fairy fundraiser, we set a milestone goal. And my hand tracking is messed up because my lighting is low. We set a milestone goal. And that milestone goal was that if we reached a certain point, I would bring back the Midnight Grind stream series that I had started doing. And I would go live for some nice, relaxing, chill streams, maybe once a week. Real late at night, just doing whatever dumb grind we had on the table. Where the focus is just on hanging out and recuperating. Thank you for the check-ins, everybody. Hello, everybody. Her name is Ellie, and she's very playful and fluffy. And your poor hands and feet, Dantet. At least you don't have any skin or muscles to worry about. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Grind. This is one of my favorite stream series, if I'm being really honest with you. If I'm being so honest with you, Midnight Grind might be my favorite out of all the stream series we do. During the day, I try very hard to... Wow. Vera! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to Midnight Grind, Vera. Thank you so much for the raid, for bringing your wonderful community by. It's so nice to see you. How was your stream? Did you eat lots of tasty squids? Thank you for the check-ins, everyone. Thank you for the follows. For those who may not know me, my name is Hesper Lightwing, and I am your companion fairy. Here to help you lock on to the bosses in your life, fill up your hearts, and slay your way to a brighter day. But please join me in a softly illuminated evening for a Midnight Grind where things are different. The vibes are different during Midnight Grind. My goal for these streams, which were unlocked as a part of the Fix Fairy fundraiser, which I am eternally grateful for, are that we will chill the hell out. Less of the normal panicked screaming that normally accompanies my streams, and more comfortably vibing in whatever sort of grinding environment we've got going on. I've been playing some World of Warcraft with some folks, so I think it'll make a good background for whatever we're talking about. And as a performer who normally tries to keep the energy up, this stream doubles as a little bit of practice for me in allowing a little bit of dead air into the stream sometimes. I'm not awesome at shutting up, so this is practice. It's a fairy, that's true, Mevia. Welcome in. Also, Leo, hello. Let me say hi to everybody. Let me get cozy here. I got a nice... Also, let me shout this out real quick. All of the squids, Vera, thank you very much for coming in. You had some good time in Run Escape and with One Piece. Ooh, is it real? Have we figured out if it's real yet? I heard season 1 finally ended. But yeah, this is my fairy model. We did some magical hijinks, some shenanigans a couple months ago, and I finally admitted I wanted to be a fairy. It took a long time to come around to it, but now that I am, I can flutter around the glade, hang out at the guild, because I am the guild master of the guild and the proprietor of Atelier Lumi, both. The shop still runs. And sometimes night falls in the land of Enum, and you might know this about me if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, but I am a light fairy, one of the primary elements of the world. Or rather, an axial element of the world. But my light is not sunlight, it's moonlight. You can see the wings of my moon wings, so sometimes it's nice to have a late night stream where we chill out a little bit. And Sparkster, I appreciate your compliment. That's very kind. I don't know how I feel about being compared to your aunt, but she seems nice. And if you want to fall asleep to a midnight grind stream, please be my guest. Reflected sunlight, it's more than that. Tiny, this is a common misconception with moonlight. It is reflected sunlight. But it's more than that too, because it takes on the unique properties of the moon in the process of reflection. And it shines on a different world, a world devoid of sunlight. It's transformative. Moonlight has a power all its own. It's something wholly unique and special. And thank you for the charm spell. It does nothing, but I do appreciate it. Asper's so pretty. Ichigo. That's so sweet of you to say. Thank you. Well, Lance, scientifically, it's reflected sunlight. So is starlight, if there's a planet orbiting one of those stars. But art is the intersection between science and spirituality, isn't it? The exploration of shape and physical property, of color and perception. And in art, context is everything. The context is arguably more important than the art itself, in many cases. This is why we get funny jokes, like people duct taping a banana to the wall in a museum, and people lining up to take pictures. Because the context of it being in an art museum makes a statement. And this is the premise behind modern art. If you've ever been baffled by people posting a blank white canvas in a gallery and making millions of dollars, it's about the context. So the context of moonlight being reflected off of the moon means that while scientifically it's sunlight, even if we don't go into spirituality, it's something different. It means something different, and it does something different. You want to unravel one of the antennae? They do that, yes. My daily boppers can be straightened out. If I get electrocuted by, like, Blanca, I'll flash.
This is not a text-to-speech message.
I will flash back and forth, and you'll see my skeleton, and my antennae will go straight up. Hesper is a cozy, gentle-sounding fairy to fall asleep to when she isn't playing an intense game. Tack, thank you for the observation. I try to be. I'm just being me. Whatever I can be, it's me. Also, hi Arba, thanks for checking in. Hi German Lane, and Cheppy's right, it's got a little cheese in it. I like a little cheese. I'm a cheese enjoyer. Prin and Ryu left today. Put them on a plane and sent them off. But I cooked a bunch of food for them while they were here. And one of the things I cooked was some eggs. I made a little omelet with some Gruyere in it. And put it on a Taylor ham sandwich for Ryu. Prin doesn't like eggs, but I was pretty proud of it. Aw, Juan, you're sweet. Looney, hello. Pioro, why are you so cute? Cuteness spell. Hesper, we're playing a comfy, cozy game. Plays Resident Evil 2. I did play Dead by Daylight as a comfy game, but it's a comfort game. It's something that is safe to me, not performative. Gruyere omelet, your beloved. I firmly recommend Gruyere if you haven't had it. And if you know how to make a French-style omelet with soft and pillowy egg, with no browning or toughness to it, just so tender and eggy. Gruyere goes really well with that. I could talk. I have a little recipe. And also, Vera, yeah, thank you so much for raiding in. I know it's late, and if you got a raid and fade, like, please don't feel obligated to stick around, but it's so nice to have you. I was really honored to receive your raid. Shuyo, hello. Oh, Ren. Ren, don't hit me tonight. I will cry. Despite everything, you're still you. Thank you, Ren. You'll absolutely lull me to sleep today, Arba. I hope I do. I hope I can give you a good sleep. Hi, Styler. Slimin can beatbox, but only for people who know how to do it. You still gotta learn the Japanese omelet. It's basically a French-style omelet. Unless you're making, like, tamago sushi, in which case it's made in a special pan. But it's still kind of a French-style omelet. There's a French omelet is fluffy and light, and the goal is to avoid getting any color on the eggs, which is the kind of omelet you make for omurice, the little football-shaped thing. But omurice, you want a loose curd, and a French-style omelet usually has a loose curd like that, but not always. Where's this from? The song that was just playing, that was the Milk Bar in Kakariko Village. And now we're on Dragon Roost Isle. You want to learn how to make a Japanese-style omelet? It's tough. It's very tricky. I've put a lot of practice into it, and I still can't always get it. I have done it, but it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. So, Polaris, hell yeah, trans rights. You just learned how to make an omelet. It's hard. Just like Lance is saying there. Keeping your eggs from sticking is a challenge. It's not just about having enough fat in the pan. Because you can melt some butter, add a little olive oil, and keep your egg from sticking, sure. But if your temperature is wrong, your omelet's going to stick anyway. I like to make an omelet over medium or medium-low, depending on how much browning I want to get on it. A lower temperature ensures a more even cook and prevents browning, like Maillard reaction. But the real secret to fluffy eggs, I know a hack. Because you can whip your eggs and be all bougie. Or you can add a tablespoon of milk for each egg and then beat it together with a fork. That will make the fluffiest omelet. Just a tablespoon of milk for each egg. Been on a kick of French omelets with creme de brie and roasted straw mushrooms. That sounds amazing, Vera. That sounds so good. I should make a pinned message about Midnight Grind. Hold on a second. Hey, heroes. Welcome to Midnight Grind, a stream series where we shelve the usual screaming and panicking and strive for a gentler and more comfy vibe. So, pull up a blanket, kick off your shoes, and vibe with us while we grind something out. Something mindless out. There we go. But yeah, so You can't have eggs, sulfur makes you sick. So you're not the only one I know. Prin also gets sick if she eats eggs, which is a shame. I've learned to like them. I used to get sick eating them too. And you want to know what happened? Oh, Ren, who won Coziest Streamer at the Shitty Small VTuber Awards. Please tell me, I wish to enjoy eggs. I became a kobold. Truly and honestly, I became a kobold. Styler, if you fall asleep, buddy. I became a kobold, and my kobold ate eggs. And so I wanted to enjoy eggs the same way my kobold did. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll find some egg recipes that are different from the eggs I've had in the past. And so I was able, because I did the kobold thing, to give them another honest try. And I learned that the reason I thought I didn't like eggs was I had eaten very bad eggs. I ate eggs that tasted bad because they were cooked wrong. And I learned to cook them myself. And something about the tactile connection of seeing all the parts come together, knowing what went into it, and flavoring it the way I wanted it flavored, flipped a switch in my brain. I was suddenly able to enjoy it. It started first with scrambled eggs and omelets, and they were able to be eaten, but I thought I would never enjoy a runny yolk. I thought it was too gross. And then I dated someone. And this is a funny story, because the things we do for self-improvement, they say that the greatest motivator in our world is love. And I think that's true.
A geisha has been imposed. Be chill and lo-fi.
Yeah, obviously, Click Flint. Welcome in. I dated someone and I made them breakfast one time. And they didn't like my eggs. I messed it up. They wanted an egg over medium, which is a hard egg to do. It's not quite a poached egg, but it's up there on difficulty. And if you're doing it on unfamiliar equipment, someone else's stove, someone else's pot, it's hard to nail it. Because you don't know the temperatures, you know? And so I overcooked it. And they didn't like it. I don't blame them for that. It didn't come out the way they wanted it to, but I took it personally. And I set out on a journey to master the egg. And so for like 3 years now, I have cooked eggs. And I have practiced my eggs. For a while, I was eating them every morning for breakfast. And now, I can nail an over-medium egg. And that's growth. And it turns out I kind of like a runny yolk. Just only if I'm the one who cooked it. You're very fond of soft scramble and wet scramble eggs. That's so rad, Ren. I'm not quite at wet scramble. I need some toast or something to go with it. That reminds you of messing up eggs the first time you cooked breakfast for Ren. You beat yourself up. Oh, no. So, I'm gonna compare this to, like... There's a trope in movies and TV. Sen, hi, Sen. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Nice checking in. You meditated like a lot. But no. There's a trope.
Be chill and lo-fi has been lifted.
There's a trope in TV and movies where the kids make breakfast in bread for the mom. Breakfast in bed for the mom, right? And they burn the toast. They nuke the eggs. They mess up the oatmeal. They burn the bacon. And then they deliver the breakfast to the mom in bed. And do you know what always happens in this trope? The mom chokes it down with a smile. And do you know why she does that? It's not because she feels guilty or bad. It's because even if the food isn't perfect, Noelle, the gesture behind it was. And what she's seeing in that moment isn't slightly burnt bacon or overcooked eggs. She's seeing your love for her. And that's way more important. She's eaten 1,000 bad meals in her life and will eat 1,000 more. But how many times do you think someone's cooked her breakfast in bed? That's what she's really thinking about. You beat yourself up because you wanted to do a really good job. But you did. Now you want eggs, but it's too late for breakfast. Dinner eggs. Eggs can be dinner too. They're pretty versatile. Oatmeal, something you haven't had. There's something I haven't had in a long time. A long time. A present from your father. He wanted you to have it when you were old enough. And it's just a bowl of oatmeal. In the moment you couldn't see it, but you're getting better about it. No. You are a provider. You are a caretaker and a nurturer and a provider. You would cut off your own leg if you thought it would please somebody else. And I see that in you, and I love that about you. I'm glad you are getting better at loving yourself. Because you don't need to cut off pieces of yourself, no. We love you just the way you are. And would prefer you keep all your pieces intact. Even if it means I don't always get the best eggs in the morning. Does that make sense? You haven't had oatmeal since last year. Hit the button. And that's true. Red says the great part of being an adult is eating what you want when you want. I agree. As somebody who ate a Taylor ham sandwich for dinner last night. Hey, No. I love you too. Like a lot. You make me really happy. Dried berries, toasted walnuts, and dark chocolate stirred into oatmeal, one of your standard breakfasts. That sounds so good, Drazov. Oatmeal's another thing I learned to like. There's a thing that our brains do when we have something, particularly with bitter flavors, which oats do have a little bitter note to them. And dark chocolate does too. Where the brain identifies the bitter as poison and learns to associate that food in particular with bad things. Bitter foods are the hardest to learn to enjoy. But at a certain point, you can flip a switch in your brain and you'll start liking things you didn't before because your brain realizes they're not poison. I still can't figure out coffee though. I'm not a coffee drinker. Prin and Ryu had some cold brew in the fridge and I kept smelling it and I was like, bleh. Dark chocolate is low-key fantastic. I love dark chocolate. I am a dark chocolate enjoyer. I would say the darker the better, but once you get up past like 85%, it gets too bitter even for me. You love coffee? I know a lot of people who do. Like most people do, I think. I just never figured it out. Yeah, Mika. Hence the term acquired taste. No, don't cry. Nono was there for me recently through something very stressful, and I want to give a shout out to It's Noelle Now, who is a beautiful streamer and an amazing woman, and a very, very kind person, who has been there for me through a lot of complicated processing recently. So please, go follow It's Noelle Now on twitch.tv. She's a cowgirl innkeeper. She's super nice. She's super sweet. You usually drink it black, but you like putting a shot of flavored cream if the option is there. I like the creamers. I'll use them in other stuff. You tried dark chocolate coffee once since you love the former and mostly disliked the latter. It needed a lot of creamer. Honestly, coffee is so like instantly rejected by my body that even if they like flavor something with coffee, like sometimes they'll put it in chocolate to enhance the flavor. Oh, bleh. Bleh, I can't enjoy it. I am unable to enjoy it if it's got any coffee. Even if I'm smelling coffee, all food tastes bad. You were one of those kids that loved Brussels sprouts? You can't figure out how to cook them right yourself, though. Oh, I've got a recipe for you. Super easy. Styler, it depends on how long ago you liked Brussels sprouts, though. Because Brussels sprouts have become less bitter through human intervention. It was like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. Farmers introduced a less bitter cultivar as the common Brussels sprout that is sold in most supermarkets. So Brussels sprouts are not the same vegetable that you had when you were a wee baby, maybe, depending on how old you are. But I've got a pretty easy recipe for sprouts. I do them in the air fryer, and they always come out really good, but you could do it in the oven too. They're just less crispy. But if you take the... oh, Trike, thank you for the kind words. But take the Brussels sprouts, get them on a cutting board, chop off the stem, cut them into quarters, throw them in a bowl. Throw on salt, freshly ground pepper, paprika, onion, garlic, and a swizzle of olive oil. Toss them around in the bowl until they're well coated. Throw them around on a pan and cook them in the air fryer at like 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. Well, 4 to 5 minutes. Just long enough they start to brown. They stay veggie crisp, but they get soft, and the flavors really come together. The onion and garlic really complement the bitter and the leafy parts of the Brussels sprouts, but you don't cook them long enough that they become mushy. Because that vegetable crisp is like my favorite part of them. Can recommend. Best use of an air fryer, making veggies. You're 26, so maybe you had the old Brussels sprouts and maybe not. And yeah, you're not wrong, Catbag. The American vegetable industry may be gaslighting you, but I won't. They introduced a less bitter cultivar of Brussels sprouts like 20-something years ago. And so they taste better than they ever did. They're a lot less bitter. You tried Brussels sprouts recently after you learned they're different from what they were when you were a kid. Oh, maybe you got the asparagus pea smell, Ren. Yeah, no, I don't have the asparagus pea smell, but I think people who don't like asparagus tend to not like Brussels sprouts too, because they have like a similar flavor profile, I guess. I don't like asparagus because it's hard to eat. It's always so fibrous. And it's like mushy and fibrous at the same time. And I'm like, I'll just eat sprouts. I don't know, Ren, if you ever come over, I'll cook them for you and you can tell me. Because I think my wife, who never ate a vegetable in her life before hanging out with me, likes my sprouts. So maybe you'll like them too. Or maybe you'll still hate them and I'll make you something else. You have one of those air fryers with a basket? You're sure you can figure something out? Usually those ones have a little veggie rack with them. Or you can get on the internet, you can get like a little metal rack to stand up in your air fryer basket though. If you're gonna do broccoli or sprouts or something in the air fryer, it helps to have a wire basket and put a tiny little bit of water, just like a tablespoon or two, in the bottom of the basket. Because that'll keep them from burning too bad. Just this kind of steam that it creates keeps them a little moister. I love my air fryer too, Glaster. I made some chicken tendies in the air fryer. Did you know you can make them from scratch in the air fryer? And it's so much easier and cleaner and better for you. You want to learn some cooking tips? with a girl who had to learn how to cook for herself. You can make the best chicken tenders I've ever had in an air fryer. And they have like 80% less fat than deep fried. They're so good. Cooking stream when? It's hard as a VTuber, isn't it? It's a little tricky as a VTuber. Maybe someday, though. We gotta get the setup for LMD to do those baking streams, so. Also, thank you for the follow, new friend. Welcome to the Glade. My follows are anonymous, so feel free to throw a lurk and chill out. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Yeah, Gloop does cooking streams. Gloop has a cool setup, though. Gloop has a very, very intricate setup for mapping her VTuber model over the cooking stream, and it's so cool. You're always willing to try new foods and old foods done in new ways. When I say I have been fantasizing about meeting up with Ren and Noelle for like days, I mean it. We should set something up at some point. You snap off the woody parts at the end and pan fry asparagus, blanched with white wine and cooked with minced garlic. Oh, no, that sounds amazing. Blanching stuff is like cheat codes, and wine is cheat codes for cooking. It's just always so good. Oh, the sad song. Oh, this one's sad. The oil is a large part of what makes fried foods so unhealthy. The air fryer gets things similarly crispy without any of the added fat of the oil. And if you like the mouthfeel the oil provides, what you can do in the air fryer is fry stuff most of the way and then spray a little cooking spray on it, just a little bit. And then flip it, spray a little cooking spray on it, and then cook it the last couple minutes. You get the mouthfeel and the flavor of the oil with a tiny fraction of the amount of oil you would normally ingest. It's a great hack. I've gone down a size since I started meal prepping. I am actually fitting into a nice blue striped sweater that I used to fit into and I used to love, and then I stopped being able to wear. So I'm very happy about that. You learned to cook because your dad was a chef, but he wasn't a good chef. One of those super arrogant chefs who think everything they do is the best way and refuses to learn or grow. That's rough, isn't it? Feeling you need to look at that and prove yourself better. I'm confident you're already better. But that's a path to self-improvement, if nothing else. You try to have confit garlic around all the time. You pop asparagus in the steamer, then toss it with the garlic oil, salt, pepper, Meyer lemon zest, and juice. Y'all are better home cooks than me. You're blanching stuff and confit garlic. Like, that's advanced steps. I'm pretty good with protein, and I'm pretty good with eggs, but when it comes to technique, I don't got those chops. I'm pretty good with knife work. I'd be a good sous chef. Momoka, hi. You can make a mean hamburger helper. It's you, Momo. You're the hamburger helper. Cue a four-fingered white glove with adorable pink hair. How you doing, Momo? Confit is so easy, though. It's just cooking it in oil, right? You reading this chat? You can microwave things and put things in an oven, and that's it. I think that counts, though. That's still a step. Everyone's sharing food recipes, but you're only good with baking cheesecakes. Also, hi, Arkanic. Welcome. Listen, cheesecake. I will fuck with a cheesecake. There is no part of this fairy girl who will not eat an entire cheesecake and then turn into like a little cylinder like Jerry who ate a whole cheese. I will be a little cylinder with wings. Like that whole cheesecake in one bite. You wish you could get back your passions for cooking. You just need to cook for someone better. Even if that person is just yourself, Lamps. You deserve good food. Most of your cooking is just the same stir fry with slight adjustments to make it into either spaghetti, teriyaki, or fajita. Stir fry is the gateway to a larger world. Because then you get to do stir fry, and that teaches you some basics, right? Because you need knife work, temperature control, fat to food ratio, a little bit of technique. And then you branch out into other things with those skills, and then you can come back to stir fry later and learn about stuff like wok hay. And it's stir fry is so versatile. It can be either really simple or really advanced. I lived on stir fry when I was learning to cook. Cooking seems hard, you'll stick to baking. Baking is nice because you have the instructions. That's basically alchemy. Baking is nice because it's a reliable science. And it's the same every time. Like, if you're cooking like a cut of beef or something, you never know what the fat percentage is like, so you gotta kind of eyeball it. You gotta, like, you'll ask a chef, oh, how long do I sear this for? And they'll say, until it's done. And you never quite know. With baking, it's always the same with baking. Until you change altitudes. And relative humidities. Also, Zero, good check-in. Hi, Mr. Oddity. Welcome to Midnight Grind, everyone. White chili is fun. You love when it straddles the line of a curry. Ooh. White chili. That sounds good. I don't know what a white chili is. The entire thing was just an experiment? I love experiment cooking. I did some improv in the kitchen while Prin and Ryu were here. I did a little bit of kitchen improv. I had planned to make a curry, and I was just gonna do it easy mode. I got some veggies, I got some chicken, and I was just gonna use golden curry, right? The curry blocks off the shelf. And so I pre-boiled or parboiled some potatoes and some carrots and got them ready. I cubed up my chicken and seared it down. And then I threw it all in a pot. And I started throwing the curry blocks in, and I was like, wow, I prepped way too many veggies for this. I had like double the right amount of veggies here. I'm gonna make a big pot of curry. I don't think I have enough golden curry for this. And Prin was there, and she was like, well, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna make a roux from scratch. And I just whipped up a roux, and I realized I had leveled up. Because I was like, oh, butter in the pan. Flour in the pan. Is that enough flour? No, this roux's not coming together. Let's add a little more. And I caught myself. I was whisking with a whisk in the pan this roux as it was darkening. Watching it for consistency and color. Going, holy shit, I know what I'm doing. And it was such a cool moment for me. As a home cook, I felt so good about it. That is the fastest ban. Listen, you gotta realize, buddy, I appreciate that you picked pronouns in the chat, but if you're gonna drop a joke like that, you gotta read the room and look for the right time to drop it. And I say this to you as advice for the next streamer that you find yourself looking at. That is not the vibe. Also, Pancake. Hi, Pancake. Oh, I had right-clicked and was hovering the ban button. I was just waiting until I finished my admonishment. Thank you, Lamps. Baking is the only thing you actually follow a recipe for. You have to. Baking is science. Baking is ratios and moisture amounts and chemical reactions. The closest we get to baking with regular like kitchen cooking is like the Maillard reaction. And knowing like things like the Leidenfrost effect and, you know, how to get a sear on stuff. Happer, I'm going to forward you my white chili recipe. I love that, Ren. Thank you. You love making roux? Me too. Sauces you're pretty good at? Well, you can be the saucier at VTuber restaurant. I'll be the sous chef. You can be the saucier. And maybe we'll make Ren be head chef, just because she's taller. Yeah, Pancake, those moments are the best. Be careful not to mess it up or you'll rue the day. Blumbles, I'm going to ball you into a little ball and throw you at a cube very high so that the collision system glitches and launches you into the sky. Hi, Hesper. I hope your night will be good. I'm personally getting off the PC due to my leg making me suffer. Dracomon, I hope that you feel better. I hope some sleep finds you well. And I hope that when you wake up feeling really good. You're feeling a bit of an anxiety attack, so you're chilling here till you feel like sleeping. Oddity, that's so relatable. And I'm really sorry to hear that. I don't know if your attacks are anything like mine, but if they are, there are two components to it. There's the mental component, and then there's a physiological component. There is the racing mind, the tunnel vision, the fast pulse, and the fear of what it means or when it will end. Because it's unpleasant, you want it to end. But then there's the physiological component. The limbic system, the tiger alarm going off, pouring adrenaline and cortisol into your blood. And the two sustain each other. And so breaking that cycle can be really difficult. I don't know if you have any tricks or tactics that work for you, but if you don't, I can recommend a few. As someone who deals with chronic panic attacks myself, I've tried quite a few things. Baking is ratios, but you can totally do it by ear. Okay, cookies are different. Cookies are different from cakes. But you're right, Farah. There are baking things you can wing, too. Cookies and brownies in particular. And fudge. Noelle's a great sous chef and assistant. I was cooking with my wife the other day, and I can really trust them in the kitchen. They're such a good cook. And they build me up as a cook, but I think they're better at it than I am. It's so fun cooking in the kitchen together. I love it. Which one would you say is the feeling of life changes? It depends on the life change. I have pretty chronic health problems, so a lot of the time I'll get a new diagnosis and that'll affect my prognosis for the rest of my life. Or I'll go and learn something new about myself, and then I'll have to come to terms with what that means for me. But sometimes it's a change in living situation or a change in relationship status, and those things can cause it too. And I think generally that's a mentally inspired panic attack, but it causes physiological symptoms. So it's important to remember that when people say things like it's all in your head, that is where your brain goes, which is responsible for every sensation that your body experiences. It being all in your head does not make it less real. And your brain can trigger things like adrenaline dumping or cortisol dumping, which cause physiological symptoms that are tangible. We call it somaticization, where your mental state affects your physical state. It's a real thing that happens. So, fortunately, the fix is the same. We find some grounding techniques and relaxation techniques that work for you, and if those don't work, sometimes you gotta change your environment. Or, for the more acute variety, you can affect your limbic system with sensation. your vagus nerve is tied into the limbic system pretty hard. And to break out of a panic attack, there are various stimulations you can apply to break the cycle. Things like a cold compress on the back of the neck, a strong flavor in the mouth, something very sour or very spicy. Even just digging your toes into the ground or pressing your hands very hard down on the chair, feeling the texture of the chair stimulating your hands, can be very grounding, but also it creates a stimulus in your nervous system that can potentially knock the runaway train off its tracks. But yeah, panic attacks aren't fun. They're something I deal with really frequently. And I'm sorry to hear that you're dealing with it. It's just you're getting a job and you feel weird about getting one. That's a big adjustment. But you know what? It's normal to be freaked out about it. A big change like that. That's normal. It's healthy. It means that your brain is working correctly and you're realizing and anticipating the change. And I can reassure you that, in 2 weeks, it's just going to be business as usual and it's going to be the most boring thing you've ever done. And then you're going to get home from work and get back to life just the way it was before. But that doesn't cure it now. Hello, Otis. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Also, hi, Moss. Welcome to Midnight Grind. But, Oddity, I'm going to recommend you one trick that works for me. And I can't really teach you how to do it meaningfully on stream here. Well, maybe I can. But maybe this song is too sad for that. I have a breathing exercise that helps me a great deal. I have a breathing exercise that helps me a great deal, and I would love to teach you how to do it. Let me turn off some things real quick. These ones. You need to go on a quest to finish putting stuff on your new bookshelf so you can shower and go to bed, so you'll be lurking. Moss, the lurk means the world to me. Thank you so much. I hope that your bookshelf brings you so much joy when you put your stuff on it. This song is so sad. What in the world? This is supposed to be peaceful Zelda music, but that's the Age of Calamity Sorrow song. Here, let's go with this one. Alright, hold on. Hold on, I can do this. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Not getting Silva Gunnered? Not getting Silva Gunnered. That works. Okay. What is the technique? So, it's called 4-7-8 breathing. And it works really well for me. It's not a cure, but if I can remember to do it, it really helps me. Because it's not like a high-minded meditation technique, although some people view it that way. What it is a sort of a hack for your body, in the same way that putting something cold on the back of your neck, or putting like a Altoid or a super sour warhead in your mouth disrupts the nervous signals that are feeding into themselves, causing the panic. So I'll preface this by saying that panic is a self-perpetuating problem. It is a fire that fuels itself. And the reasons for this are many, but the shortest possible version of the explanation is that panic attacks are, for most cases, tied to a system in your body called the limbic system. The limbic system is a set of autonomous nerves. So hi, Bucket. Hi, Bucket. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. That's a kobold. Jing as well. Hold on, we'll get back to the nerve discussion in one sec. Jing and Bucket, hi. Hi, hello. Welcome to Midnight Grind, everybody. Hello to the abiotic factor friends. I hope if the factor was suitably abiotic. Hello, hello, raiders. My name is Hesper Lightwing, and I am your companion fairy. Here to fill up your hearts and help you lock on to slay your way to a brighter day. And this is Midnight Grind, a series of streams where we shelve the usual panicked screaming that I do on my stream in favor of a chiller vibe, a little more contemplative and peaceful. Normally I'm working on some grind, but right now we're just kind of chatting. So how was the rest of your stream? Did you two have a good stream? I hope it went wonderfully after I left. I was hanging out in chat for a bit. You do see a rest. You see a bunch of folks. But welcome to Midnight Grind, everybody. It was a fun time. You also shared the Curse of the Grilled Cheese song with chat at the very end. Jing, you'll have to share that with me too. I love a grilled cheese and I don't know the song. I was just telling raiders, I was telling a chatter about panic attacks. A little bit of a heavy subject matter, but it's something that's relevant to a lot of people. Panic attacks are fueled by a system in your body, in most cases, called the limbic system. And the limbic system is a series of autonomous nerves that send fear and defense signals throughout your body. If you've ever heard the phrase fight or flight, or freeze or fawn, this is tied into the limbic system. If you've ever been scared and had the urge to hit something, or scared and had the urge to leave a situation, this is usually your fight or flight response. That's your limbic system activating. It is what we call pre-cortical. It functions without your input. Fully autonomous. It happens before conscious thought. So your brain sees something, your limbic system activates, and then it tells your conscious mind about it. And that's the trick to a panic attack, because you know that the sensations you are feeling can't hurt you. Consciously, you know you will feel better soon. But you are experiencing unpleasant sensations. And those sensations are identified in your brain autonomously as a threat. But those sensations are being created by your limbic system in the first place. It is the sensation of adrenaline or cortisol or muscle tension or nervous overactivation or hypervigilance, all things that your limbic system makes. So it identifies the unpleasant sensations as a threat and activates, which makes the sensations stronger. And by the time it reaches your conscious mind, it's too late. And the only cure for that self-perpetuating panic cycle is retraining. It takes a long time. But one of the tricks you can use, we call 4-7-8 breathing. It's a sort of a trick that helps calm the limbic system. And what you'll do is you'll take your tongue and you'll feel on the roof of your mouth, put your tongue on the back of your top teeth and slide it back. And you'll feel the point where the top of your mouth starts to curve upward. Your hard palate. And just where that starts to curve, rest your tongue gently on that spot. Don't push it, but leave it there. Then with your mouth closed, and I'll talk you through it before we actually do it, so that you know the steps. So what you're going to do is with your mouth closed, you'll breathe in through your nose and count to 4 while doing so. You want that breath to be a count of 4 long. It doesn't have to be seconds. What matters is the proportion. So you'll breathe in for 4, hold it for 7. Whatever you're counting, hold it for 7 of them. And then you'll exhale through your mouth, through pursed lips, with a slight whooshing sound. You want a little bit of resistance, and this is the trick. That little bit of resistance is the hack. It'll be slightly noisy. I'm not talking a full-on gale force blow, but a gentle blow, like a for a count of 8. And so the inhale being shorter than the exhale is a signal to your limbic system to calm down. The gentle pressure in your mouth is a grounding sensation. And the pressure you create while breathing out stimulates your vagus nerve in your chest, which will knock it out of a cycle, potentially. So, what you want to do is do it in sets of 4. I don't know why that number, but 4 always works for me. So we'll do it here. Maybe we'll do it together. How about right now we do a little 4, 7, 8? Anybody who wants to play along. So, remember, feel the hard palate behind your top teeth where your mouth starts to curve upward. Rest your tongue there. Just a little pressure, not hard. Just enough that you can feel it. And then in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. Blow gently. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In through the nose again. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Holding. And you do them in sets of 4. And what this does is it creates a feedback loop to counter the feedback loop that's already going on. Because your nerves are only capable of carrying so much sensation. So if you're carrying pain or panic or a fight or flight response, this creates something else to kind of drown it out. So I think it's very important. Gaz, thank you so much. Welcome to Midnight Grind. It's wonderful to meet you. My name is Hesper Lightwing, and I am your companion fairy, here to fill up your hearts and help you lock on to slay your way to a brighter day. Sometimes I can even lock on. We were talking about panic attacks. We talk about that kind of stuff on stream a lot of the time, but tonight is Midnight Grind. It's a special stream series where I stow the usual panicked screaming in favor of a more comfortable vibe. So welcome in, it's wonderful to meet you, and hi Raiders! Hi Jax! Welcome in, you defeated Ursala. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? It sounds like you won though, that sounds good. That sounds like amazing news. Sorry, I have a billion DMs. Okay, sorry, I just had to check that. Oh, Ursula. Oh. Congratulations on beating Ursula. I I am one of the weirdos who liked the under the sea level in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, Ursala. So you didn't beat Ursula, you beat Ursala, which is a delightful Indian dish made out of divine, but an octopus. You're doing a level 1 run of Kingdom Hearts? That's mad. You're mad. You're simply mad. Jex, that sounds so rough. But you beat Ursula at level 1? That's incredible. Congratulations. Well, welcome into Midnight Grind, everybody. Raiders, thank you so much for dropping in. My name is Hesper Lightwing, and I am, of course, as always, your companion fairy. And Midnight Grind is a special stream series where we stow the normal panicked screaming that accompanies my streams, and instead strive for a more peaceful vibe. You came in on the tail end of us discussing panic attacks, and I was explaining a breathing technique called 4-7-8 breathing that really helped me manage my panic. It doesn't work for everyone, and it takes some time to practice and get it right, but we walked through a little bit of it. And that's right when you came in. It's evil but exciting. It must be. I have infinite admiration for people who can do level 1 runs of stuff. I think it's so cool. Well, we follow kobold rules around here, so if you have to go get snack, nap, or shiny, please feel free to raid and fade. It's late at night. I would love it if you'd want to throw a lurk and hang out with us a little bit longer, but no pressure. I appreciate you so much. Now that we're done with the breathing, I can turn my alerts back on. This is very helpful when it works. It usually works for me. It usually works for me. The panic attacks are a complicated physiological thing. And so sometimes you can't overpower them, and there's a mentality that's important, I think. And the mentality is that sometimes there's no shame in battening down the hatches and stowing the sails and waiting for the storm to pass. Sometimes you can't fight the winds, and that's okay. Because it's not going to hurt you. You'll stay afloat. There is no sensation that can be generated by an anxiety attack that can hurt you. There are other things in life that can hurt you, but the panic attack can't hurt you because it's your own body doing it as a defense mechanism. Also, Jex, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the lurk or the going to bed or whatever you got in you. Thank you so much for the raid. I adore you, and I hope you have a wonderful night and sweet dreams. You think you're going to go to bed? Yeah, Mr. Oddity, I hope it helps you. But if it doesn't, remember, there's no shame in battening down the hatches and surviving. You're doing good, and you'll get through this. Also, Ellen Drug, thank you for coming in. I will see you next time as well. Have a good bed. Also, nights. Nights. When it comes to survival, there is no shame in battening down the hatches and letting things pass. Because that stuff's scary. And there's a secret about panic attacks and the sensations they produce that I want to share with you before we move on. And the truth of the matter is, it's your body doing it to itself. It's almost like a psychological autoimmune disease. So there's a thing called the limbic system. And colloquially, some of us call it the tiger alarm. Because for tens of thousands of years of human evolution, tigers were a danger. This is obviously tragically reductive, but the point stands. Early humans were in danger of being eaten by tigers. And the reason they survived is they had an extremely powerful fear response. The sound of a branch breaking in the forest could indicate tiger attack, imminent death. So, humans developed a technique, physiologic technique, to associate the sound of a snapping branch with imminent tiger attack. This is the tiger alarm, and it is one of the coolest things your body does. The fight or flight response is wired directly into an autonomous nerve response that you can't control, just like you can't control your own heartbeat. And that's what kept us alive for tens of thousands of years. Now, there are no tiger attacks. Not where you live. If you're in a country that can watch Twitch, you're probably not in danger of being eaten by a tiger. But the system that kept us alive is still installed. And it works very, very well. And it can associate anything with imminent danger if the conditions are met. And sometimes it's something so simple as a smell or a stuttered syllable making you fear phantoms. And it activates the alarm. Once that alarm is activated, it takes a long time to turn it off. Your brain is very, very, very good at not giving the all clear. And that's what those physiological tricks like 478 breathing are about. Also, hi, Sin. Yeah, I try to do a midnight grind like once a week. And yeah, Ellen Drog, the Deku Tree music is really calming. And Thora Star, welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping in. Happy 6 a.m. to my across the pond friend. Yeah, yes, Lance, there is an announcement one line up from what you just said. Thank you. But yeah, I try to do one of the midnight grind streams roughly once a week. That's kind of my goal. But since we're in an ad break, that's a really good time for me to take a sippy and check my DMs, because I have 3 DMs since I started this stream. One of them is, oh, I know the grilled cheese song. Grilled cheese. I recognize this song. There was a series of Merry Melodies shorts that WB put out, not associated with any particular cartoon. And one of them was Elmer Fudd singing a sensual love song about grilled cheese sandwiches. I am familiar with this, yes. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Ren. Zelda music, it makes me feel emotional. Have a wonderful night, Lamps. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. The Daffy one was better than grilled cheese. Na, 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 na. Ren is nearly dozing, but she says she hopes it serves you well. I can't wait to try it. I love chili. I've been eating like a really relatively healthy turkey chili recently. But trying a new chili recipe is definitely worth the calories. It's nostalgic for you so much when it's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. You know, I never played Majora's Mask really. I played through it once, but I remember basically none of it. It didn't really grab me. It had horror elements, which I'm not really into. And yeah, I think this one is Twilight Princess. If your turkey's chili, shouldn't you bring it inside? If you're cold, they're cold. Yeah, maybe we should actually get to some grind, huh? I did set up a midnight grind stream, and then we haven't actually ground anything. But I don't know, maybe just talking is nice too. I was going to play my Legion remix a little bit. I made a particular kobold. Because it became apparent to me that the Volpera in World of Warcraft are mostly just Sword World kobolds. They're just foxes instead, but they have some dog appearances too. So I maybe made a particular kobold Knight of Altander. Speaking of knights, I met a knight. Thank you for checking in. Let me check something real quick here on the internet. Let's do this. Hey, we're doing pretty good, gamers. You see, you never got to the later titles. Oh, in Zelda? I've missed Minish Cap, Oracle of Seasons, and Skyward Sword. Those are the only Zeldas I think I haven't played. I am a big Zelda fan. You missed a lot of them, but you loved Minish Cap. No, don't start yawning, Hesper. It's only 1 in the morning. Don't start yawning now. You loved Minish Cap. I'm told it was really good. And let me take my sleepy meds now, and they'll kick in like an hour. You might get sleepy, Hesper. Yeah, I think Misa played it, actually. Hesper, when the midnight grind isn't in Azeroth, but instead on chat. It happens. How do I get real right now? Hesper has a lot of big feelings right now. And it's complicated. It's not all bad big feelings, but there's definitely some in there that are unpleasant. And Hesper's not always awesome at emotional regulation, so sometimes a little bit of stream helps me, you know? And then some music kicks in. So midnight grinding the chat is absolutely something we can do. Glass Turf, have a wonderful night, please. I hope you have the best night. I hope you dream of the glassiest of turfs. Let's flutter over here and start a game, though. Hi, heroes. I got up close to you now. But I am still your companion fairy. Until the day that I'm not. But for now, and probably for the remainder of my natural life, I'm your companion fairy. What do we usually grind? You know, these streams started with Final Fantasy XI. I was playing on a private server, which I later realized is against the Twitch terms of service, so I stopped doing it. And I'm bummed out about it because I will always obey the Twitch terms of service when I am aware of the terms of service. And that was an oopsie poopsie. I would not voluntarily break them. But I will say I do miss those streams. There's something about retro Final Fantasy XI that made a really good stream content. And retail servers just aren't like that anymore. I still love the game, but it doesn't play the way it used to, and there's no way to play Classic, so... If I put Hesper in a jar, do I get to keep her? Only until you lose your last heart, Cheppy. You wanted to play Ascension classless WoW on stream. Yeah, so there is a clause in the Twitch terms of service that I can't talk about or promote or play any pirate servers. So I won't talk about it. But I will say I am familiar with the one you're talking about. Let's get the music down and sound down and figure out what we're gonna grind. Oh, you know what? Lemix. Let's do a Lemix. We'll just do some questing. You're lying in bed with a Happer on your Steam Deck Prolo. I did take your advice and I did pick one up. I picked one up and I thought, because we talked a little bit during the Fix It Fairy fundraiser about the things I was going to do to help me heal, right? Because there is a very real chance that I have my surgery by the spring. So I wanted to get everything set up for it. And some people had mentioned that it would be helpful to me to maybe have a Steam Deck while I am healing. And I thought it would be like kind of a nice thing, but maybe it seemed a little selfish. Maybe it wouldn't be that nice. I could just make do with a Switch 2, but I got it. I got it, and let me tell you something, heroes. It is an absolute game changer for me in my lifestyle. Even just laying down before going to sleep, I can have my computer with me, and it makes me so much less anxious. But most of my games can be played remotely now, and if I'm laying on the couch in the living room, I can set up a little lap table and use a keyboard and mouse with it, and put the Steam Deck on the TV. It's huge. It is tremendous. It is an absolute game changer for me. So Arcanic, the Twitch terms of service specifically state that you can't use illegally obtained software or things that violate the terms of service of a game or third party. You can't violate anyone's terms of service on Twitch, and that's the rule. City of Heroes Revival Server is endorsed by Cryptic is endorsed by NCSoft. Officially endorsed, and it is not a violation of the Twitch terms of service. You can stream City of Heroes, Freedom, or Homecoming, to my understanding. I'm not a Twitch lawyer, but to my understanding, those are okay to stream. You can't wait for the next remix? What do you think it'll be, Jeffy? What do you think they'll remix next? Because we went Pandaria and then we went Legion. I don't think they'll do BC because I don't think that stuff is modern enough. Probably Lich King, right? They'll do Wrath Remix because they're bringing the Menethil storyline back. Kalia and Arthas and them. Probably we'll see Lich King Remix. Oh, hell. Noelle, that's awesome. If Ren doesn't get car sick, then. Also, Prolo, I would love your help with that. And yeah, Sin, I feel the same. There is some sad news for a lot of people who are losing their healthcare this year. And the unfortunate truth of it is that I have private health insurance through a union. And so, while a lot of people won't be able to schedule their surgeries or may have to cancel, that does increase my availability. So there's a very real chance that Hesper has her surgery by, like, the spring. Because my electrolysis is, like, 80% done now, according to my electrologist. And that's the last hurdle in my way. So there's a very real chance that by the time summer rolls around, I'll be walking around and... Oh, God. Sorry. It's hard to process still. I usually try to keep kind of a stable head on about this stuff. Making content requires that you keep a little bit of self-awareness and control over your emotions. But to say that I am a little dysregulated this week is to understate it drastically. The thought of having my body match my brain, it's almost too much to handle. It almost hurts to think about because it's so intense. You did that for me. It's not even a question of how do I repay you for it, because I know I never can. I can't imagine what it's going to be like. I haven't let it be real for so long. I'm trying to figure out how to let it be real. Because it's coming. So, yeah, sorry. Your remix calls are WAD, BOFA, or Shadowlands. I don't think we'll see Warlords personally. Well, no, Warlords. Maybe you're right. I'm gonna blow my nose. Sorry, got it. That's some wild serendipity, isn't it? The Song of Healing. Shadowlands feels too recent. I think Bofa and Shadowlands would be too recent for the remix vibes, right? Hope you're all doing well. Sadie Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Welcome. Thank you for the hydrate. Yummy. Yeah, thank you for the hydrate. We are doing well. Welcome to Midnight Grind. A very special stream series where we stow the usual panicked screaming in favor of chilling out and doing some grinding together. Your brother's trying to get you out of this mindset of repaying him for everything he's done since family tragedies. Yeah. Just be you, right? It never feels like it's enough. I guess let's just complete the campaign stuff, because that's good grindy content, right? Let's aim for the campaign completion. Yeah, Cheppy, I was thinking because of, because, like, the retaking Lordaeron stuff involves Kalia Menethil, and, like, I feel like Sylvanas' legacy would make a lot of sense if we had some Arthas wrapped in. Thank you for the follow, new friend. Welcome to the Glade. Follows are anonymous here, but welcome into Midnight Grind. If you wanna chat, feel free, but if you wanna lurk, feel free to kick your feet up and enjoy a nice chilled out vibe. Paige, the secret is that I skimmed your message instead of reading it. And now I don't have to read it out loud. Oh, look, a cutie, time to bully. Yeah, she is pretty cute, isn't she? Look at her. World of Warcraft says she's a Volpera, but I disagree. I think that's a kobold.
Okay, but like, what if I read the message out loud?
I'd vibe check you into the cauldron. Oh, I don't know who Dragon is talking to, but I'm sure that they're a cutie. No, you're very sweet, Dragon. Thank you so much. You're very kind. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Hi, Nathanos. Search the wreckage of the Windrunner and the nearby coastline for signs of Sylvanas. And beat up Alliance people, too. Alright, sure. Dragon! Did you see it? You got your head pats. I don't have a redeem for it. Head pats are free around here. Oh, I see. Some Griffin Riders and paratroopers, huh? Sure, why not? Bunk. Bunk. So this is kind of mindless grinding, which is sort of the point of Midnight Grind. The vibe is that we'll just, you know, play whatever. Is there someone playing music outside right now? No. I think it must have just been a car going by. Whew. Got me going for a sec. That's that limbic system, you know? A time-warped fell slate deposit. Ooh. I'll see your time-warped fell slate deposit. What happens if I... Is there crafting on Lemix? I wouldn't have expected there to be, like, a unique crafting thing just for Lemix. Dink, dink, dink. Oh. It just drops normal Lemix stuff. I see. What is that? What is that? He's a bad guy. Sir? What are you doing here? Pretty sure I can beat the heck out of you, actually. You just dropped some bronze. So there's just random, like, challengers and stuff? That's kind of wild. Wait, why are you not untied? Hey, I'm Tattersail, I'm untying you. Oh, okay. Guess it doesn't mean anything. You gotta head to bed, but you wanted to drop by and say hi. Hi, Shanna! Hello, Shanna. Hey, sis. How you doing? Welcome to Midnight Grind. Thank you so much for stopping in before bed. It's really nice to see you. I always enjoy seeing your name pop up in chat. I hope you're doing so good, and I wish you so much luck at getting good sleep tonight. I know I will try. Yeah, I guess if she wasn't ready to be untied, that was rude of me to assume. What am I looking at? Search the Windrunner for clues. Oh. The sword. The captain is not among the bodies. That's why. Sorry, Captain. I didn't realize you had not died with the ship, so I couldn't untie you before, I suppose. Liger Zero! We got a Zoids raid? Liger, welcome, welcome. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, everybody. My name is Hesper Lightwing. I am your companion fairy, here to fill up your hearts and help you lock on to slay your way to a brighter day. And welcome to Midnight Grind, a special stream series where we stow the usual panicked screaming that accompanies my streaming and do something more chill. How was your stream? How did it go? Tell me about it. Please let me know. Thank you so much for bringing your community by. Hi, community. If you're a fan of Liger Zero, I am a fan of yours. The Liger is the best animal, and Liger Zero is the most powerful Liger. was a lot of fun. Had some fun in Outer Worlds too. I've never played it. What's it like? Is that... so there's Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds, and I get them confused. Outer Worlds is the one the Stipendium did the song about, right? Where it's like a first-person thing. Is that right? Ishmadius, hi! Thanks for sounding off. Alright, I totally nailed it. Hesper's smart and good at stuff. The amazing Spidey. Sorry, follows are anonymous here, but your name is so good. Thank you for the follow, new friends. Welcome to the Glade. It's nice to have both of you. Thank you so much for coming in. I will tell you, speaking as a streamer, if you want to support Liger, you want to support your streamer, your favorite streamer, one of the best ways to do that is exactly what you're doing right now. When you drop in with a raid, drop that raid message. Say hi to the streamer you've raided. There's almost no better way to make your favorite streamer look awesome than being an engaged chat. That's the one. The first game was an okay RPG, kind of like Fallout in space. The second is a lot better. All I know is I should have read the fine print. It sounds rad, Liger. I hope you had a wonderful time. I know it's probably pretty late for you, so if you have to raid and fade, please don't feel obligated to stick around. But I do adore that you came in on the raid, and it's so nice to see you. I wish I knew more about it so I could hold like a meaningful conversation about it. It just sounds cool. I had that recommended to me along with the Deus Ex series, and I don't know if there's any similarity in the tone between the two of them, but I guess people who like one also tend to like the other. What am I looking at? There's a metal. There it is. Also, good checking in, Jarbles. That's a successful period of questing. You make Liger look awesome by standing next to him. Yeah, that's usually my strategy too. Also, hi Pix. I'm not killing you. I'm time running. I'm killing your ancestors. Just pull out that Polaroid photo of yourself and watch yourself fade from it. I would be in the Alliance if I could. I'm adorable little canine. Also, Jarbles, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome to Midnight Grind, where we put on chilled out music and grind out whatever stupid crap I've been playing. And we stow the normal screaming and panicking associated with my streams in favor of some more cerebral and contemplative, relaxing time. You do indeed need to raid and fade. School's back in tomorrow, so gotta start waking up early again to get the kid to school. Oh, school season. My neighborhood's gonna get so much quieter. Liger, please have a wonderful night. Please get some good sleep and make sure to get yourself some good nutrition in the morning. A routine change is always stressful, so manage your blood sugar. Low glycemic index. Can't wait for the day where the factions go away and you never have to play the Volpera on the Horde again. I mean, I'm not a game designer. I don't know what goes into designing a successful franchise, and World of Warcraft is a multi-billion-dollar international franchise localized in like 50 countries, right? That said, I feel like it's a short hop to make the statement that if EverQuest 2 is doing something better than your MMORPG, you need to take a look at your MMORPG through a critical lens. EverQuest 2 has a 2-faction system, and it lets you pick which faction you want to be in. Oh, that's how I slay those Lost Legion demons. I just fly through them. That's kind of cool, actually. I was wondering how to do this quest. I like that. Lemix is fun. Wait, are these all emotes? Where I killed all those demons? Oh no, I already got all of it. Okay. But yeah, I would be an Alliance Volpera if I could. Ren says she's the most awake she's ever been. She's the most wakeful she's ever been. Is that a Grace reference? Good night, Ren. Have a wonderful night. I wish you all the sweetest cow dreams in the world. Also, Omega, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out and helping me foster the chill vibe. You know, it's wild. The Midnight Grind streams are really not supposed to be partner push streams. They're supposed to just be super chill, but for whatever reason, we catch so many raids late at night. The numbers are always wild. I'm so thankful you took the time out of your night to come and hang out. Every single one of you. I want to do good as a streamer. I want to make a good space for everybody. So I try to do content where everybody can feel accepted and represented and comfortable, you know? Oh, what is that? What has happened? What did I do? Oh, I go faster. Also, hi, Shammy. Welcome to Midnight Grind. It's nice to see you. It's been so long since I've seen you, Shammy. I feel like you never come around anymore. I feel like, something. I didn't talk about this, heroes, but, a bunch of us got together over the weekend because we had a bunch of folks in from out of town for New Year's. And we all got together and did karaoke. We went to a karaoke place over the weekend. Now, I don't normally sing in front of people. We talked about this with the Faunathon a million years ago. I said I would do a karaoke stream as a reward for the Faunathon, and then I talked about it after the fact with the people who supported the Faunathon, and I have my vocal dysphoria is brutal. It's really bad. And the idea of doing a karaoke stream, I didn't think we would reach that goal so quickly, and I made a mistake in signing up for it. Because it would definitely cause me to spiral out. It would cause me to crash out for sure. My dysphoria gets really nasty when I sing. Because I think about the person that I feel like I should have been. Up there on the stage, confident and comfortable, singing, you know, with a beautiful, clear voice. That should have been me. And it hurts me to think about that way. But we went to karaoke last night. And for the first time in probably 20 years, I sang in front of people. And I really sang my heart out, too. My wife helped me be brave, and Misa helped me be brave, and Carnage helped me be brave. And even Bancha got up and sang. And let me tell you something about Bancha. That dude's got pipes on him. You don't hear him sing on his streams. But Bancha has incredible pitch control. Like, he started singing and I had stars in my eyes. I hope he didn't see me staring at him. Because I was just, oh! It was such a surprise. Because he usually has such a timid tone when he's talking. He's so gentle, but like when he sang. And he's got a great vocal range too. Like he was up and down like 2 full octaves, like, and just clean. His intervals were so precise. He's a trained singer, and I didn't know that about him. It was amazing. And so I got up and I sang a song from Hazbin Hotel with LMD. And I sang in front of people, and when I tell you, my legs were shaking. I was up there and my legs were actually trembling. But I did it. I got through it. So, and I didn't have a bad crash out about it. I still felt some complex feelings. And I still think I would have more fun with it if I could get up on stage and be more confident as the woman that I feel like I am. But it was still really nice. Everyone was just cutting loose, and I had been singing from the couch the whole night, so I don't know. One of the Fix a Fairy fundraiser rewards is that I will record or perform at least one song for everybody. I thought maybe if I can record it ahead of time, it'll make it less stressful for me. So I've been practicing a couple. And I have 2 songs lined up that I'm going to sing for everyone. And it's a big deal for me. But one of them is just something I said I would perform as a fundraiser incentive. And we reached it really quickly. So I will sing Jason Page's Gotta Catch 'Em All Pokemon Season 1 opening. Because I know every word and I will scream the hell out of that. You're welcome to sing along with me. The other one is a song from Steven Universe. Pearl sings it. And the song is called It's Over, Isn't It? And it's one of my favorite songs. Dee Dee Magno Hall really kills it. And it's a little high for me. I am full up in head voice for it. But it's something that's really personal and meaningful to me. It's a feeling I relate to a lot in my life. That feeling of the end of something that you cherished. And living in that feeling and being keenly aware of the change that has happened in your life. And of feeling kind of stupid about it. It's something that I relate to very intensely in my life, and I have for many years felt very close to that feeling. So when that song dropped on Steven Universe, it was very personal for me. So, Shammy, you're so sweet. You're so fucking sweet. I sang a male part last night because the 2 characters in it are male, but I mean, only just barely. Angel Dust is only this side of male, so it was kind of okay. Doing it once means you can do it again. I'll get there, Cheppy. Most of the stuff I want to sing is way out of my range. The songs that I really relate to tend to be songs with female singers, and my range is like alto 2 at best. So, Jarbles, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you. It's very late, or I would sing something now. I'm feeling inspired. There's a Steven Universe song that's really important to you personally. Which one, Prolo? Wait, let me think. What song would Prolo connect with? Here Comes a Thought? Here Comes a Thought would be good. But no, that doesn't sound right. No, it's gonna be... Drift Away from the movie. Drift Away sounds like you might connect with it. Here in the garden, no matter what. Oh God, from the movie? I'm so sorry in advance, Prolo. That's my song with Carnage. Me and Carnage hung out at a mall and sang that together. It's such a good song. It's a really good song. That sounds like it must be really personal for you. Let me cash in these quests before I read more chat. Vocal dysphoria is quite a battle for you too. You're a natural bass range-wise, though you can get up there pitch-wise. It's a huge mental hurdle. You don't understand all the stuff you read with voice lessons, but we battle on. Thoristar, that's one of the things about vocal practice that's so cool. And one of the things that I learned while studying voice in college is that if you can produce a tone with your vocal cords, you can make that tone sound good. If you can get them to make the pitch at all, it is possible to train it to sound good. And all the stuff that you read about timbre and resonance spaces and stuff, it's all very complicated because sound is complicated. It's complicated physics and complicated neurology, the science of how we hear sound. And then the psychology of how we perceive gender. It's all very complicated. You're not wrong to be intimidated or overwhelmed by it. It's something I've put a lot of time into. But if you've ever thought my voice was good, you should know that my voice used to be very, very different. I was a tenor too, or a baritone in chorus, but I hung out with basses, and I often sang the bass part in songs, so it's within my range. But I don't really like to go down there anymore, and it's hard for me to go down there now because I've retrained my speaking voice. And so now it happens kind of subconsciously without thought. It took a long time to get there. You watched a video from this author, Jason K. Pargin, and in the video he says something so simple that rocked you. You can just become someone else if you want. This is what I'm talking about, Cheppy. No one's stopping you. And a lot of the stuff we take for granted, like the way we walk or the way we speak, things that we figured out how to do ourselves when we were like 3, right? Are things you can figure out how to do again, differently. You're not bound by your hardware. Also, Vera, have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thoristar, I'm wondering if I could, like, reassure you a little bit. But I worry because sometimes when I'm hanging out in a femme presenting person's stream, it sets off my dysphoria when they suddenly switch into like a really bassy voice. It can set me off. The hack for me getting down there is I do character voices when I'm running like tabletop RPGs. So I'll do a character voice for someone, and that gives me enough of a mental separation from it that I don't feel dysphoric about it. But I have to not think about it too hard. But it's a long process. It takes devotion and dedication and a lot of practice, just like any other musical instrument. Achievement progress, the aftermath. Oh. That's part 2 of Stormheim already. Thanks for the head pat, Finn gang. But yeah, we do talk about vocal stuff sometimes on the stream, and I do have a resource post in my Discord server that has some pretty good resources. I don't remember if you were here for the discussion we had on it like a week or 2 ago. But if you are curious about it, I can throw an invite to the Discord server out there, and I can point you to a list of videos that I've come up with. You used to be so proud of your range, but these days you just wish it was higher. I mean, I do too. But this tempered by the understanding that vocal pitch is like only a very small percentage of perceived gender. Like, the difference between the average, like, cis male and cis female voice is only about a half an octave. Like, to like that difference. That's the difference in average. It's barely there. Most of the difference comes from other things. All right, here, let me fire this up. Give me a sec. I normally keep this Discord closed and very tightly moderated. It's not a very active place. Oh, you know what? That link may not work. I think I closed that link off. Give me a sec. Atelier Lumi, invite to server. No, it's not letting me make an invite. Hold on. Invite to server. All right, here. Try instead of that. I can't delete. There, I'll delete that. Try this link. So we have 2 Discord servers. We have Positivity, which is the Discord server I share with my friends for our content creation group, Positivity, which is a group of like-minded, extremely queer-friendly, and occasionally queer themselves individuals who hope to bring a little bit of light into the world. That's it. Simple mission. And I also have Atelier Lumi, which before we even formed the group was my Discord server, and that's the link I posted in the chat. So if you pop into Atelier Lumi, I will give you the role. So we have a very rigorous vetting process. And then you'll find in... Hell yeah. Hi, everybody. You will find in our... what channel? Resources channel. There is a series of links to YouTube videos. If you have to scroll about halfway down through all the channels, it's under other stuff. It's the hashtag resources channel. Red, it's not that I think anyone would get destroyed by some mean words, but it's just I want it to be a safer place. That's all. So when I started my vocal training journey, it was many years ago. And I'm not going to age myself here, but I will say the things that I used to do my vocal training are no longer available. The resources that I had are not the resources you all have. So I realized when people were asking me, hey Hesper, what should I do about vocal training for gender presentation? I realized I didn't have a good resource to give them. And then a kind of insensitive joke hit me the wrong way one night, and I got really self-conscious about my voice. And I decided that I was going to redo my vocal training journey. I was going to revisit it. So I went on YouTube, and I did the hard thing, because it's, God, even with years of practice, it's still so uncomfortable to do vocal training. It's so scary and awkward. I went on YouTube and I started doing some research. YouTube and Reddit and a couple of support groups, and I asked people for resources. And so I boiled down the resources that I could find that I thought were good, with a little bit of commentary on why I think they're good, and linked them all for you to check it out. It's not exhaustive by any stretch of the imagination, but I do hope it helps you. And I see I see at least one moderator in Atelier Lumi like, oh, hi, everyone. Like, probably, like, uh-oh. I'm gonna pop in there and say I invited everybody. Hey, mods, these are legit joins. There. Good stuff. Thank yous for invite. I'm checking it out. Can props help people with a few things of your own, especially on the gym front? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We love to see it. Community supporting community. That's what it's about. That's the whole long and short of what I want to do with this space. So you're not threatening, waving yin intro. We love a yin around here. Yins are never threatening. Yins are always perfect. They're perfect creatures. Hyenas are the gods' bravest soldiers, giggliest soldiers. Perrin! Hi, Perrin. Welcome to Midnight Grind. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll do that right now. Heron, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Welcome to Midnight Grind, a stream series that is very different from what we normally do on the channel. Just kind of working on whatever. Listening to some music, winding down for the evening, getting a little bit of much needed R&R. Taking an emotional and mental break from everything. You like doing the Forrest Gump wave? I don't have a iconic intro when I join a social space, I guess. I wonder if I should figure one out. The smallest waffle? Hello, the smallest waffle. I can't believe what a small waffle you are. Thank you so much for stopping in. Welcome to Midnight Grind. It's nice to have you. We're playing a little Legion remix and talking about stuff. The whole point of Midnight Grind is that we can just kind of turn our brains off for a little bit and just wind down, you know? And maybe do something a little silly, like play World of Warcraft. At least one lovely other Volpera near me right now. Okay, I guess I need Fel Reaver core fragments, which come from these scavengers. Okay. I think I see where we're going. I think I see what we need to do. How am I looking on Rage? Okay, we're good. You need to do a class trial to unlock the Volpera or all the Horde races. Just the Volpera. No. The only one you really need is the Volpera. I can't imagine you having a need for any other ones. Okay, I can get the core fragments up here too. Nope, you can't bother me. I'm up here now. I'm gonna do what warriors do best. And that is to say, walk through a lot of enemies and don't think too hard about it. Die by the sword goes up. Sweeping strikes goes up. And then we bonk. We execute with sweeping strikes up. And then we start doing victory rush. Every time I kill an enemy, I get an ability called Victory Rush that can be activated once and restores a bunch of health. If I have sweeping strikes up, it hits multiple targets. And so that reduces the enemy down low enough I can use Execute, which kills them. I use Victory Rush again, and in this, an Arms Warrior with enough rage can potentially become invulnerable by just healing infinitely. You got the glow stick Draenei. I like the Light Forged and I hate the Light Forged. Because their lore got destroyed because they didn't like Yrel. There's an NPC who's a Draenei, and her lore got deleted. She got character assassinated. She shows up in the Warlords of Draenor expansion pack, and she's a great character who they just deleted. In some side lore, they turned her into an absolute lunatic. Turned her into an absolute bad guy. And I'm very frustrated about it, because I really like her as a character. As a lifelong warrior main, you know that all thinking can be replaced easily with spinning and screaming. It's true! It's so true. Absolutely it can. Spymaster Knockwhistle. Okay, I'll take that. Slay Spymaster. Oh, there's two other Spymasters. I see. I see. Oh. Oh. Offering of the Void. I see. Okay, so Lemix has like some Diablo-y stuff too, where you can get shrines that give you temporary buffs. I get it. Is League of Legends Garen a warrior main? So it's funny you say that because yes, League of Legends is a knockoff of Dota, and Dota was a game mode in a custom version of Warcraft 3. It was a custom Warcraft 3 game mode, player created content. So Garen, being one of the original characters from League of Legends, came directly out of Dota, which came directly out of Warcraft 3. So yes, he's an arms warrior. It's crazy how you understand absolutely nothing, but you love the vibes. Well, the vibes are the point right now. You don't have to understand anything. I'm glad you enjoy the vibes. Welcome to Midnight Grind. The whole point of this is vibes. Absolutely, the whole point of these streams right now is just to sit down and vibe. Stow the usual screaming and just chill. If you got something you gotta do that you've been putting off, that you can do while chilling, I recommend it. Now's a good time. Just do something you can turn your brain off with about, you know? And I'll go down here in the meantime and kill a spy master. Oh wait, no, I'll get this guy instead. Ooh! I got an achievement! Hold on, I haven't leveled up my sword in a while. Oh no, I don't have enough stuff. I can't get that yet. Why are you highlighted? I don't have nearly enough stuff. I don't have enough Legion sauce. Fragmented Memento of Epoch challenges. Combine 100 of these to gain a significant amount of infinite power and stamina. I have 7 of them. When do I get more of them? I want to get more of them. Oh, Artifactium Sand. Some Valoriar Insignia. Alright, what do we got? I'll figure out the items later when I'm less sleepy. I'm a little too sleepy to look at itemization right now. You went to play some classic WoW today for the first time in years, and boy is it harder than you remember. It's a different game. It's a very different game. I hope you had fun with it, though. Melatonin is kicking in, and despite how cute you think NyQuil is, I don't want to embarrass myself here. Hey, No. I love you. Have a wonderful night. I hope you have sweet dreams and that you feel protected and safe and loved. Also, we have an ad break coming up in about a minute, heroes. That means we're going to be looking at some commercials for about 3 minutes. We do a 3-minute ad break once per hour so that we don't get pre-roll ads on the channel. It's an unfortunate, I would say necessary evil to get rid of those pre-rolls because pre-rolls are bad. Also, I think my medicine is starting to kick in too because I'm catching myself yawning. Yeah, good night, No. Also, I have 3 more DMs since the last time. Alright, oh, oops. I went to hit tab, I hit my explode button. Why do I have this? Alright. Let me check on this real quick. This is important. Okay, cool. Got stuff. So ad break in about 20 seconds, heroes, and I'll see you on the other side of it. Meanwhile, I'm going to fly to this next quest. Also, what level am I? I'm 25? I feel like I should level faster than this. Oh, hi, Javi. Vegetable ingredient. Throw into pot. I need to add crabs and hearty grains. There's a dude in Mists of Pandaria who's kind of like this, where you have to like take a break from combat and do something kind of silly, like throw stuff at a pot. Where's the crabs? Sir, where's your crabs? Oh, where's your grains? Excuse me. Where's your hearty grains, sir? Oh, there they are. There's the hearty grains. Sploosh. Sploosh. Javi also makes you carry him a big keg. Ad break time. Time for Hepper to be stretcher. Maybe Hepper can check her DMs this time too. Okay. Understood. Understood. Caught up. Caught up and good. Let's defeat some Valor Jar challengers. We're Valor Jar, aren't we? That's a thing we did. Wait, why are you slowing me? Don't slow me, that's mean. I'll dance with you, Finn Gang. It's a good dance. Oh, and now we collect 7 challengers tributes. This will give us XP. This will give us plenty XP. Slash gut spill. Isn't that the name of the guy from that movie? Slash gut spill. Big McLarge huge. I haven't played much Lemix, but I'm already so powerful. People get like really, really strong in this, but also, hi, Faye. Yeah, roll, fizzle beef. Shuyo gets me. Hi, Faye. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I think it's morning for you, right? Good morning, question mark? Bob Johnson. Oh, wait. That was Monos, wasn't it? That was Monos, the Hands of Fate, I think. I feel like it was. For those who don't know what the reference, this is what the reference. There is a show that used to be on TV back when TV was made of cable and not streaming services. And it was called Mystery Science Theater 3000. And a guy and his robotic puppet friends would sit in front of old movies that they had either gotten the license to or were in the public domain. And they would riff on them. They would just sit there and heckle the movies and tell jokes the whole time the movie was going and to make fun of things. Because they were all pretty much universally bad movies. And it was really fun. Not every joke in it aged very well. But for the most part, it's pretty funny. They're the guys responsible for a thing called Riff Tracks, which also did not age well and is much newer. It is, wife, and you are just waking up. Hell yeah, Faye. Hell yeah. I hope you got good sleep together. I hope that you both had a wonderful evening and you're feeling rested and ready to greet your day. I am neither of those things, and in fact, I intend to greet as little of tomorrow as possible. My goal is to basically not exist tomorrow. So that's kind of my plan. You've never seen that episode? Yeah, it's I don't remember which one it is. I want to say it's Manos, the Hands of Fate, though. Also, you know what we watched while Prin and Ryu were in town? There is a community supported and creator distributed fantasy comedy show that you may have heard of. And it's one of those things where I really thought it was going to age very badly. There is one or two off-color jokes. They don't drop slurs in it, but there are some unfavorable words that do appear once or twice. But for the most part, it aged pretty well. And there is iconically, well, I suppose I shouldn't spoil it, but it's insensitive language that comes not from a place of malice, but from a place of simple ignorance of the connotations, I think. And it is a show called Journey Quest. I haven't seen the 3rd season of Journey Quest, so I don't know if it gets bad, but it's a very funny, independently made and very low budget fantasy show that was released into the Creative Commons. Like, they are so pro media sharing and preservation of media that they ask you to pirate their show. They're like, just donate if you like us, download us however you want, just watch the show. No, I think it's different. Journey to the Quest, I'm pretty confident is different. If they were the same people, I would be overjoyed, but I don't think it's the same folks. Journey to the Quest, I will say, did do a very successful crowdfunding campaign recently to make an animated pilot, though. And speaking as a much smaller actual play creator, I wish them the absolute best of luck. I think that's the dream. Imagine doing a Kickstarter for like an Expanse Enduring pilot or something. I'd be overjoyed. Remember that, and also Beavis and Butthead's music reacts helped inspired your friend and you to get together and make an audio comedy album of rambling and idiocy. I see. You wish you'd kept it for posterity? Oh, listen, a lot of the stuff I made when I was younger is no longer fit for consumption either. It's not from a place of malice, it's just, we didn't know. We didn't know. Ooh, you respawn fast. Yeah, absolutely good for them, Cheppy. It's them and, oh my god. Hold on. I can't remember the name of it. Damn, I'll talk about it when I have more, brain power. I can remember what it is. I'll save that one for next stream. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, it's Scovald! Hi, Scovald. I know you.
I will conquer your trials and take the ages for my own.
Yeah, you won't, though. I've done this dungeon. Ooh, he's being heretical. So that guy is the final boss, more or less, of one of the dungeons. The format of Legion is that you go through the zone and do the zone quest, and then the dungeon kind of caps off the storyline for that zone, and he's the dude. Facebook reminding you of things you posted back in high school. You did not know how bad things were back then about where you lived and the influences you grew up with. There's a conversation to be had about that, I think. Like, I don't want anybody thinking I was like, you know, throwing racial slurs around, because I was never that kind of person, even when the people around me were. But, there is definitely some content that I was raised with, and I just simply did not understand that it was bad or why it was bad. And looking back on it now, I am appalled that I was ever the kind of person who would even really engage with it. But that's how life goes, you know? I think, when it comes to that kind of stuff, you can only act on things that you know. You can't know everything, so at the end of the day, all you can do is identify your shortcomings and then do better. And I think in a lot of cases, some people will pretend that they were never bad. There are some folks who are really afraid to show that kind of weakness, and I guess I don't blame them, really. Because it's scary. Like, if I said that I threw some ableist slurs around when I was a kid, when I was a dumbass, like high schooler, college student, whatever, because I didn't know them to be slurs. Because there was nobody advocating for people and nobody pushing back on me. So I just genuinely was harmfully innocent. Harmfully ignorant, but harmfully innocent. And then when I started to realize, it's a weird thing, because like you don't want to have been wrong, you know? You don't want to have been a bad guy. You don't, being told, hey, what you're doing is hurting people. You're like, no, it's not. I'm a good person. You know, that's the first reaction, is defensiveness. But I think it's something more people go through than are generally willing to admit. And I think that's why it's so important to talk openly about the mistakes we've made and the things we've learned and the ways that we've grown, because it will encourage and empower other people to make those changes for themselves as well. Like, I got better. Oh, we got a couple of spammers. Thanks, Sari. One of the strongest moderation staffs on Twitch here. W, thank you. I think when it comes to the mistakes that I've made along those lines, particularly things that I've said that have hurt people, I try to leave them up. And there are some folks in like a private Discord that I'm in. It used to be my personal friends server, and then it became like a group Discord for a lot of us streamers over time. We sort of reinvented it to be like an out of character off stream space for a bunch of us to talk about, you know, our lives and our jobs and socialize and, you know, our partners and the things that we have in our lives that are not on stream. If someone were enterprising and creative enough, they could certainly find me saying some stupid shit in that server like 10 years ago. And it's just out of ignorance. And I think it's important to not delete that. Like, truly and honestly, I think it's important to not delete that, because in erasing it and pretending I never did it, it doesn't absolve me of guilt. It doesn't absolve me of wrongdoing. But this proves that I'm able to be better, and it doesn't erase the voices of the people that I hurt with it. people can look at me and, you know, if I've hurt someone, I gotta actually get out of this. If I've hurt someone, I don't want to take away from them their right to be upset about it, you know? I think that's important. Take responsibility for our actions. And particularly with, like, companies saying, oh, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Glade. Our follows are anonymous here, so if you want to just vibe, feel free. But, welcome to Midnight Grind. Yeah, unpacking having been the bad guy, it's rough to unpack. And I know this is like a little first world problems, isn't it? But, I mean, it's hard to admit when we are not the good person we thought we were. And, like, whether it's from ignorance or not, you know, it's important to admit it and grow. Your private server is the inverse of regular discords. We won't keep you out. We'll help you be better aggressively. I think that's a noble cause. I think it's a big ask, but I think it's a noble cause. I have a lot of items. Hey, Yotnar. Alright, he's gonna meet me inside. I gotta go in here. God, how many times did I do this? How many times did I run these quests when this was live? Accessing sequence, Trial of Might. Which I think this jumps me into the dungeon quest line. Yeah, Jotnar. I'm here, buddy. I'm gonna hit you with my sword and you're gonna fall over. That's what's gonna happen, Jotnar. I'll hit you with my sword until such time as you fall over and... Aw, you turned on the button. Oh. Oh, you have Lightforged defenses? Really? That's lore. Okay, I beat him up. Yeah, Sin, I opened the Discord up earlier. Like an hour ago. I only open it intermittently. I'm sorry. We had a couple spam bots show up, so I don't want to make the Discord available right now. We'll get you on the next one. Alright, let me approve these ones though. There we go. Cool. However, if you do want to hang out in the community or reach me when I'm offline, this is a great place to do it. The Positivity Discord is the Discord we made with our friends when we made our content group. We made a cool VTuber group called Positivity. And I have a channel in there. And there's a bunch of cool discussion spaces and great places to socialize and chat with people about your nerdy special interests. So I can recommend to you if you're looking for a community to get involved in. That's a really good one. It isn't specifically tied to this stream. It's me and the 5 other members of Positivity. Also, hi, Cathal. Welcome in. He's about to pick me up in the air. He's about to make me go floaty. Receive a gift from the Titans. What are you wielding? So what did he do? What is the blessing that he gave me? I don't know what blessing that is. Blessing of the Watchers. Okay, I'm at 3 out of 8 in the Stormheim campaign. It goes fast, at least. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Red. I'm actually getting kind of sleepy. Not gonna lie, I might take a little sleepy sleep. I might get me a good night. What are we looking like? Yeah, the digits are about where we want them to be. Yeah, you know what, heroes? I think it might be time for Hepper to go to sleep. I think my medicine is kicking in. I'm starting to feel a little buzzy and warm, so I think it might be sleepy time. Heroes, it would mean a lot to me if you stuck around for a raid, though. We did talk about a lot tonight, but I think, who would we even raid? There are so few people raiding right now. Or streaming right now. Well, let me take a look. Let's take a look and see. You know, I actually don't have any good raid targets right now. Hey, Broa! Hi, Broa. Nice to see you. You know what? I don't, I have a couple of raid targets I would raid if it were during the day at a less vulnerable time. But I don't know explicitly that these are queer safe targets, so... How about... It's funny because some of the streamers I watch are not really similar to my content at all. I guess we drop in on Willow. Willow's playing Abiotic Factor. Willow's cool. She's not a VTuber, but... Yeah, alright. We'll just drop it in on Willow. I would love it if you would stick around long enough to do a raid message. And that'd be super cool of you. Midnight grind. Let's do a little raid message like this. And if you have a sub, this is something you can drop in Willow's chat. And if not, that's totally okay. Don't worry about it. But I would love it if you would stick around for the raid and maybe just say something nice in our chat. Talk about her vibes, or Willow is a transgender streamer, absolutely chill, like good vibes based takes. And I haven't really had a chance to raid her before, so I look forward to introducing you to a new content creator who may not actually be a VTuber. I'm pretty sure that's a real life human being. So, but I will be back here on Tuesday, heroes, to continue our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire playthrough. So I adore you, and I'm so thankful that you are around. Please feel free to copy paste that raid message into Willow's chat. But remember, as always, the best raid message is a authentic interaction with the streamer. Don't ever forget, the best raid message is an authentic interaction. Like, hey, this game is cool. That's all you gotta say. The heroes, I will be playing some D&D tomorrow, probably with Jing and Bucket, if the game continues to go. And then I'll see you on Tuesday for more Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Well, my first time playthrough. I'm really excited to do that. I love y'all so much, and we're gonna drop a big ol' raid on Willow. And that's that. That's all I can say about that. Thank you for coming along with the raid, and I'll see you next time, heroes. Goodbye. Get some good sleep.